Yeah, too happy too early in the morning.
I know.
My granddaughter's like that. I don't know. She goes and goes and goes and goes and goes and then boom, asleep, right? And then when she wakes up, immediately, without any hesitation, starts again at 100 miles an hour. I just get tired watching her. Okay.
The joys of youth.
Yes.
True.
Yeah, we all did. We all went through that, didn't we? That we wanted to be, oh, I can't wait till I'm grown up. I can't wait till I'm grown up and I can do this. I can make my own decisions. And then when we get grown up, it's like, oh, decision fatigue.
Now it's too much responsibility.
Mm.
Okay.
And I definitely wouldn't want to go back there anymore.
No.
No, neither me.
Oh,
No.
All right. Well, I think we might get started. We've got a small group, but I know there's 4 others who said they'd be here, but if they arrive, they arrive, and if they don't, they don't. So we'll get started. All right. So hello, everybody. Welcome to the next episode of Your Next Level Mastermind. And this is episode number 74. And our topic for today, 74, right? Pretty good, right? And our topic for today is, what do you spend the most time on? What do you spend the most time on? That could be some interesting answers from this group. I can tell you. I can hear you laughing, Pat. But before we get to that, for those who are watching this, I'd like you to please make sure you reach out to these people underneath this video, whether you're watching on YouTube or wherever it is. Please make sure there are links from each of these people who are providing access to them on a personal level. This is extremely valuable to you. They come from a variety of backgrounds, offer a variety of services, but they all have one thing in common. They are caring. They've got 2 things in fact, you've got more than 2 things. They're caring, they are prepared to listen to you, and they're prepared to help you. So I would strongly suggest anyone who is watching this to reach out to every single one of these people. Click on the links you see there, introduce yourself, get known with them, because you don't know what you don't know, and you don't know what they don't sorry, get this bit right, and you don't know who they know. I finally got that bit right. All right, so without any further ado, I'm going to start the introductions, because each of these people, I got a few seconds or a minute or a little bit more to introduce themselves so you get an idea who they are, and then we'll talk about the topic a little later than that. So can I call upon Yvonne Jones to start the ball rolling, followed by John Allen.
Thank you, Peter. Good morning, everyone. I am Yvonne A. Jones, your trusted guide and mentor in building memorable customer experiences. I am located in Central Florida, and the 3 biggest problems that I solve for mature female business owners is 1, help them to build their confidence in themselves, their message, and to grow their reputation. 2 is to create systems so that they can in turn create memorable experiences for their clients and customers. And 3, to cultivate these loyal customers so that they become their raving fans. This week, I'm looking for, I'm just looking to connect. I'm borrowing that from Penny. Just looking to connect. My mantra is, when you're focused on relationships, the money will follow. So I just want to build some more relationships.
Thank you, Yvonne, and very well said. John Allen, followed by Carol Davies.
Hi, everyone. I'm John Allen, located just outside of London, the one without the big bridge and the big clock in Canada. The 3 biggest problems that I solve, I specialize in helping small business entrepreneurs resolve issues around attracting and converting their ideal prospects, so it fills any short-term gaps in their cash flow and also ensures that they meet their long-term financial goals. basically, like I said, I serve small business entrepreneurs. This week, I'm looking for those people that want to talk, just to see whether we can help or not. I have no idea, but open to talk and see whether we can help or not. Thanks, Peter.
Thank you, John. And so you, as those who are watching this replay, as you can see, these people are seeking to give you the opportunity to reach out to them. Please don't miss this opportunity. Reach out and talk with them. There's nothing hidden. There's nothing untoward. It's a chance for you to connect with someone who really knows what they're all about, and they may very well be the best contact you've made in a year. Okay, thanks, John. Carol Davies, followed by Pat Dreyer.
Morning, everyone. My name's Carol Davies. I'm located in London, Canada, about 30 minutes from John Allen, who just spoke before me here. And I have 3 areas that I help women entrepreneurs in, and it's dealing with stress, overwhelm, and lack of time for self-care. I like to work with stressed and really busy women entrepreneurs because they usually have come to a point where they don't have any time for themselves. The business is almost overwhelming them, and they just feel like they get up and it's on the treadmill again, no time for friends, family, whatever. So we work together to find a solution for that, and they get a personalized roadmap that they take away with them to implement. And it's really a joy to see someone who came in really stressed and overworked, being happy and confident again. So this week, I'm looking to connect with those stressed women entrepreneurs who really would like to have a chance to start over again and enjoy life.
Thank you very much, Carol. And could you please make sure you and everybody puts the links wherever you want in the actual chat so we can record them. Okay, Pat Dreyer, followed by Markus.
Hello, everybody. I'm Pat Dreyer, and I'm in network marketing with My Daily Choice. And I help people who want to make money, like right now. And in today's environment, there's a lot of people who are stuck and uncertain about the future. And with the global economy the way it is and inflation, we have one thing in common. We all have less, and everything costs more. So when I find people that want to make money, I show them how to make money. Now, anybody can do it just by following a proven, documented system. And it's such a simple process that I can actually draw it out on a napkin for you. Yeah, unfortunately, there's many people who won't participate in their own rescue. They let their ego get in the way. They overthink and complicate everything. They have one excuse after another, and it just holds them back. But if you're motivated and unwilling to, and you're willing to unlearn what you know about making money right now and learn a new way, we can show you the simple steps to success. Just reach out and I'll show you everything. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you very much, Pat. Markus, followed by Monica.
Hi, I'm Markus Neukom, the trusted authority on advanced leadership for ambitious managers. I help managers, and yes, for this group's sake, to many surprises, this includes entrepreneurs, as they often lack the management skills required to succeed. From around the world, aged 35 up, deal with the following problems: being overlooked, overwhelmed, underappreciated, and losing or having lost their drive. The goal is to learn how to position yourself strategically as a solid leader, become a collaborator who inspires others, and learn how to leverage your resources. This week, I'm looking for managers and entrepreneurs who want to rise above mediocrity and ask, is this as good as it gets? Thanks, Peter.
Thank you, Markus. And what an interesting point you made about people who are feeling underappreciated. That is a huge feat right now. I was reading an article in a newspaper from Australia on that very topic. Okay, it was causing huge turnover in certain companies because of that one fact. Thank you for sharing, Markus. Excellent.
You are.
Monica, followed by Pat Kern.
Hello, everyone. My name is Monica Periade, and I created a concept called Coaching Lives and Anatomy of Happiness. The three biggest problems I solve with people, with ambitious people, are as following. First of all, I help people elevate their level of self-esteem. I also help people boost their level of confidence and also create remarkable changes in their life and gain so much more clarity. Who do I serve? I serve young people and women aged 30 to 50 that want to create remarkable shifts in their life. What I'm looking for this week, I'm just looking to connect, and for anyone who wants to gain a bit of more clarity in their life. Where I'm located at the moment, I'm in Germany, but I'm roaming around the world. And I'm based in Romania, but I'm available online through all the social media platforms. Thank you.
Thank you, Monica. My goodness gracious me, you get around. Every time we meet you, you're in a different country. Okay, Pat Kern, over to you, my man.
Good morning, everyone here in social media land. My name is Patrick Kern. I'm presently in Essex, Montana, heading to Bar Harbor, Maine. And the problems I love to help people with is how to make a good income, be a positive person, and just inspire people in life and keep a smile on everybody's faces. And that's what I've been doing since I've been gone. I have met so many cool people, and I tell them what I do, and they're interested. People like to serve anyone who wants to gain the knowledge of internet marketing at my daily choice. This week, like Yvonne, I'm just looking for somebody to chat with, to have fun with, and to explore new worlds. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you, Pat. And once again, for those who are watching this, every single person so far is looking forward to saying hello, looking forward to you reaching out to them, okay, and to talk to them about whatever you feel you want to talk about. Please don't miss this opportunity. These people are good at what they do, okay? They're not going to charge you for their time. They should, but they're not, okay? But I just want to make sure you don't miss the opportunity. So let's stop sharing now, and thank you for that, everybody. Before we get to the topic, which is what do you spend the most time on, I've got some apologies. First of all, from Anthony and Janet Baselli, okay? Secondly, from Joy Healy. Thirdly, from Penny Kennedy, who's traveling around more than you do, Monica. Penny's going all over the place, right? And also from Tom Petty. So, without any further ado, bear with me a moment. Sorry. My granddaughter's trying to get my attention. Sorry about that. Without any further ado, I'd like to have you raise your hands, use the reactions button on the bottom, and we'll go in turn on the topic, what do you spend the most time on? Okay, so whenever you're ready, hit that raise hand button and we'll take it. And Monica, you're there already, so we'll start with you. Okay.
Was I so fast?
You were rapid.
Rapid. Well, the most time I'm spending on writing and creating posts, authentic posts that I share on all my social media platforms. And just a quick one, the one that is just simple phrases, but this is what I'm passionate about. This is what I'm spending most of my time, except the time that I spend with family and friends. Suffering is easy. Healing is the hardest part. So usually, because my particular niche is self-esteem and anxiety and self-confidence, this wants to say that if you don't work on yourself and if you don't heal parts of yourself, wounds that are working on the background, you're going to bleed on people that are really there for you to love you. And no one can love you unconditionally if you don't love enough to heal yourself. So suffering, it's the easy, because you can easily victimize yourself. You can easily be so selfish to affect everyone around you instead of taking action to work on yourself and to heal. So, and heal requires a responsibility, requires work, dedication, discipline. So again, suffering, it's easy. I know it sounds a bit, I don't know, out of the blue. Suffering, it's easy. Yes, it's easy comparing to healing, because healing is the hardest part. Thank you.
Well, Monica, that is really interesting. Healing is hard. Yeah.
It requires responsibility. It requires discipline. It requires willingness. It requires a lot of self-love. And so many of us, we confuse at times, but at time, any of us have dealt with some confusion what self-love means, because we can have a tendency to go into extreme. So anyway, thank you for your time. I don't want to take everybody's time, because
No,
I know.
thank you, Monica. I appreciate what you just shared. I just got one more question, with your permission.
Absolutely.
Can you heal yourself, or do you need somebody else to help you?
We always, every coach needs a coach, every friend needs a friend, so every partner needs a partner. So but I am happy to say that all this year, looking back, I look just to see how far I come, and it's a learning process, and I think I did a great progress. Yes.
Thank you for sharing, Monica. Okay, well done. John Allen.
Well, for me, I spend part of my morning every day working on LinkedIn, on connections, and making sure that I'm reaching out to people on a daily basis. Another part that's very big in my daily routine is studying and learning my craft more. You know, there's so much to learn. There's so many changes that have taken place over the last few years of things that are now done differently, even than they were 5 years ago. So there's so much to keep learning and growing. Just like Monica said, every coach needs a coach. And, you know, there's a lot of business people out there, entrepreneurs, what have you, that we can all help. But don't be afraid to turn to somebody else for help for yourself, because you don't know what you don't know, as Peter says. You know, those words are so true. Thank you, Peter.
John, if I was to ask you, what was the thing you spent the absolute most time on, what would it be?
It would be, I would think, actually it's split between LinkedIn and studying my own programs. So and with the LinkedIn, that also includes time of talking with prospects and going from there. So when I say it's not just being on LinkedIn looking around, it's spending time with prospects as well.
Okay. Thank you, John. All right. Markus Neukom, over to you, my man.
Thanks, Peter. Actually, I'm on quite experimental route right now. So the most time I spend on is becoming a better me, literally. And what it actually results in, and I was surprised how the universe starts attracting people, resources, funds, technology, infrastructure, simply by working on myself. Because, you know, it is really true. I believe some guys of you understand very well what I'm talking about. Working on myself changes my vibration. And when it changes my vibration, I attract totally different people and different things. So I'm actually surprised myself because, I used to believe that I have to post on a daily basis, nonstop. I have to put videos out there. But I said to you, Peter, a couple of days ago, until I am the person who this person needs when they reach out to me, the latest I will fail when I'm on a call with them because they feel there is no authenticity, especially in my field of work in terms of trust and yeah, that's it.
So when you are working on yourself, 'cause that's really what you're saying, okay?
Mhm.
Just to help people who are watching, how many hours per day would that be on average, to give them an idea?
Okay, I'll probably blow your minds. I'm usually up somewhere between 17 and 20 hours a day. I need very little sleep due to the meditation I practice. So I would say out of that time, it's probably 3/4.
So more than 10 hours a day you'll be working on Markus
Yes.
Neukom.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you, Markus.
You're welcome.
For those who are watching this and would like to know more, reach out and talk with Markus. Pat Dreyer, what do you spend most of your time on, Pat?
Naps. All right, I'm kidding. But you know what? They do say that if you want to see how much time you waste every day, just keep a journal logging each 15 minutes of your day, and you'll see if you're productive or not. But I'm not going to do that. But if I did, I spend most of my time on my business, probably 6 to 8 hours a day, and it's connecting with people either online or on the phone. And then personal development is really big in my life also. It's helped me with my business, with my personal life, everything. So I would say connecting with people and personal development are probably the two biggest things I do.
And on average, the amount of time each day you commit to doing that, again, how much?
6 to 8 hours a day.
6 to 8 hours every day.
Yeah.
Or is it that include weekends?
Saturday.
Saturday. So 6 days a week.
Unless there's a basketball game that I have to go see with my grandson, that's a little more important.
Oh, of course. Got to get things in the right priority, Pat.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
6 to 8 hours on average, 6 days a week. Okay?
Yes.
That gives people watching an idea. Okay. Thanks for sharing, Pat. Yvonne.
Okay, when I saw this question, Peter, I thought, oh boy, and I said as much to you in a message, here's another interesting one. And the question that I had, it was rather broad. Is it on a daily basis how much time we spend, or was I calculating 168 hours for the week? So I decided to just go ahead and do it without an answer with the 168 hours a week. And basically what I discovered, I actually sat down and I wrote it down. And it seems like I do need more sleep, because I need to spend more hours. 42 hours a week on sleep is not enough. But that's about what I average right now. And in terms of my week, yeah, I'm a contractor for an organization providing certain services. That's a specific number of hours per week. And then I have my own clients that I work with. And I combine the time that I actually work with them, do one-on-one coaching, and attracting leads. And a part of my attracting leads is working with my Facebook group and putting out posts out there on LinkedIn, sometimes on Instagram and on Facebook, and just building relationships with people. You'd be amazed. Like yesterday, I had a one-on-one call with one of the members of my group coaching, and I got this really sweet text back from her where she said, Yvonne, thank you. Funny how the session with you cleared my mind. And then she continued to tell me she took immediate action on some of the things we talk about. So I get joy from that. But another huge part of my week is divided. I can't tell you what anybody else does, but I don't have the exact same schedule every day. Because there are some days I spend more time. This is a morning routine, but some days I spend more time on like my daily Bible reading and meditation and reading other scriptural publications. And then, like Pat mentioned, there's personal development, which is critical because things are changing all the time. So we have to, not just personal development for me, but also knowing what's going on in my market. So those are things that I also do. But as far as to say exactly which one I spend most time on, it just seems like I spend most time in waking hours in work. But I don't neglect the other things. I have a beautiful garden. I spend a lot of time in my garden. That's my therapy. And I love it.
So,
And I'm always planting something. I'm always going somewhere that I'm buying or a friend's home, and I see a piece of succulent, and I ask, can I have that little piece? And I go and I plant it, and I just love to watch and nurture plants and see them thrive and be beautiful. And I do have green thumbs. Been blessed with that, so it works for me.
I can see the enthusiasm in your face when you talk about gardening. Okay. It is obvious to everybody who's watching. So well done. Thank you, Yvonne, for sharing. Okay, who would like to go next? Carol, what about you, Carol? What do you spend the most time on?
When I saw the question for today, I thought, oh no, that's very interesting. And I can answer the first part of it from the point of view of my cat. I spend most of my time being a devoted servitor to the cat, making sure that she's taken care of and all her needs are met. And then I look at myself and I say, well, I should be looking after myself too. So after we dialogue with the cat, then I get on to myself and what I like and need to do. And I would say that I've got two areas that I'm working on right now that I spend a lot of time on that I'm really enjoying. And that is doing some writing and also trying out some new techniques in my business, because I have been for the last little while going from one-on-one coaching, and I'm going now to more online to do coaching with groups and courses. So I've been deciding, what am I going to, include in this? What do I know that I would love to share with people? And that's been a whole journey of self-discovery. And I'm enjoying writing things for that. I've got 2 mini courses that I'm working on now, as well as my coaching program. And I get up every day now and I just think, oh, I've got all these things. I've got all these sticky notes around that I need a bit of information here. I need to do research there. So what I really need to do is actually spend more time being organized and focused, because I'm a Gemini and I just love, I do a little bit here, I do a little bit there, but it's finishing and going forward and finishing something. So that's what I need to spend more time on. But I just enjoy every day so much, because there's so much to learn, so much to share. And once I get, a bit of time given to me by the cat when she's sleeping, which hopefully is a good portion of the day, then I look at my things, and what I am doing now is keeping track of like the projects that I do have on, my plate. I say, okay, I've checked this off, check that off, and I am going forward. So for me, this is a huge step forward. It's my own way of being organized, but I'm just enjoying it so much. And I get up every morning, and it's sort of like your granddaughter, not quite like that, but they say sometimes I get up with a song in my heart, and that's the way I like to feel. So that's what I would say. It's really, working on expressing myself and getting my message out there.
And relying on your sticky notes to keep you in order.
Yeah.
Love that. Thank you, Carol. Patrick Kern, what do you spend most of your time on? Apart from the darn bike, of course.
That's true. I was about ready to say that, but you said it for me. I spend a few hours. I don't spend a lot of time on a computer. I spend when I can right now, maybe about a half hour to an hour before I have to get up and get going. I don't spend a lot of time on I spend a lot of time on myself, getting to know myself better and better in life, and is improving myself and for people. And I think that's, to me, that's an important thing. And right now, what I've been spending my time on, I'm reading this book. I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, Think and Grow Rich. I brought it with me. And when I'm camping out, I'll read a chapter of it because I have nothing else to do at a campsite where it's muggy and hot outside. So I just sit back on the picnic table and read the book, read a chapter of it. And I'm going to see how many times I can go through it before I get to Orlando, Florida. Wow. And just lately, I've been meeting a lot of cool people on my journey, and just getting to know them, and just get to know people. That's what I spend a lot of time on.
Excellent. And what a great thing to be reading. Well done, Pat. In order to wrap up, because we're going to keep it quick today, but in order to wrap up, I've often heard the expression, I'm a morning person, or I'm an evening person, or I'm a whatever type of person. Can I just ask each of you, what parts of the day do you find the most productive? Or is there any productive areas or not?
Morning time.
So Patrick, you're a morning person.
Yes, sir. I like doing things in the morning.
And when you say morning, what time do you get up?
You guys ready for this?
Yeah.
Probably about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, I wish I hadn't asked that question. 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And you're working at that point in the day?
I'm making coffee or turning on the computer.
Okay.
And sending out messages and stuff.
All right. So you're turned on. You're a very early morning type person.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Always have been and always will.
Okay. I'm not even sure whether there's validity in whether you're a morning or an evening person anyway, but I'm going to ask the question. So, what about you, Pat Dreyer?
Well, since it's 5:38 in the morning right now, I'm going to say I'm a morning person. There are 2 days a week I get up before 4 o'clock for things like this. Other than that, I'm always up before 6 o'clock. So I would say that most of my good work gets done before noon.
Okay. So you're a morning person, to use the vernacular. Is that all right?
Well, yeah, so to speak, because I tell you what, come 10 o'clock, my eyes are starting to slam shut.
Yeah, point taken. Okay, Yvonne, what about you?
I'm still trying to figure it out, Peter. And I say that because I can get up at 5 o'clock if I have something to do, and it's just my husband and myself here most of the time. There are times I pass 3 weeks when the house is full, and at one part this past week there were 8 of us in the house. So it can get a bit, but normally it's just my husband and myself. But I find, not on a regular basis, not every day, but from time to time, I will get up and I get so much done between 5 and 8. It's as if I get, say 5:30, when I get by 5, it's as if I get a whole day's work done in that time. So I don't really know if I'm a morning person, because on the other hand, I can be in here in my office until 11 o'clock at night, and if I'm not careful, until 12. So it's been a thing I've tried to figure out over the years. What am I really? Where's my energy? And I would say the only time that I kind of have a down in my energy is like mid-afternoon. And if I decide to go, I don't sleep in the days, but if I just go and rest, sit in a chair and maybe just read something, or just rest, go in my bed for half an hour, I'm not sleeping, but just relax. then I get my second wind. So I don't know if I'm a morning or evening person or an all day person, but I know my mid-afternoon can be a little bit draining. So things at that time, I'm kind of like, like in the 2 o'clock region, 1 and 2, I'm not my best. But other than that.
Okay, good. Monica, what about you?
I'm not a very morning person, but obviously I don't wake up at noon. But definitely between 9 and somewhere 1 o'clock, I'm the most productive. And the rest is just experience of the day. But between 9 and 1, I would say I'm more productive.
So you're more productive in the morning than you are in the afternoon? Yeah,
but I'm never a very early morning person unless I'm nearby sea in a sunny place. Then yes, I'm a morning. It's how to say, influences me. Right. The sun and the sea and all that, the climate influences me. I think influences everyone, but I realized throughout the years that when I'm in a sunny region, warm climate, I'm an early riser.
Okay, thank you. Markus?
My absolute best time is somewhere between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. until 10 a.m. Then I have lunch, because I'm up already since 7-8 hours. And that's really where I do my best work before I go for lunch at 10. And in the afternoon, I usually use for contacts, because that's where my social self starts waking up. I love the hours like you, Pat, probably Patrick, by not having many people around, very calm, very quiet, only the birds you hear singing. So that's when I definitely have my most productive and best time.
Good, thank you. Carol, what about you?
Well, I would say that I'm much more of a morning person. I get up quite early, usually about 7:30 in the morning, and I have a nice leisurely breakfast, and then I get into my day. But before that, usually I take about a half an hour to think about, what I'm going to do in my day, write in my gratitude journal, and just visualize, how the day is going to be. Because I find if I start myself out with a very positive mindset, the day does go better. I mean, there are always challenges and hiccups in a day that come up, or I have to reorganize my plans. But I find I'm much more productive and focused when I have that positive attitude. So I like to get up just that little bit earlier, give myself 15 minutes to half an hour to devote on that. And then the day flows from there. And if I forget to do that or don't have time, things don't seem to be going as well. So I would say I'm definitely more of the morning person.
Okay, thank you, Carol. John, what about you, my man?
I'm basically a morning person. I start my day usually by 5:30 to 6. Get up. One of the things I do is I write in my daily journal, and I spend at least a half hour reading something positive and going from there. Then it's breakfast time, and it's in on the computer anywhere from 7:30, 8 o'clock, depending on where I'm talking to in the world, and go from there. My most productive time is the morning. So anywhere up till around noon. And then afternoon, I spend time reaching out for like other people and answering messages or what have you. That's basically it for me.
So really everybody prefers the morning in terms of productivity. Some people start like Markus at 2 o'clock. Some people start like Carol at 7:30, but you're still morning people in general, okay? One last question and to wrap it up. Who prepares what they're going to do the following day, the night before? Does anyone do that? Carol? Yvonne?
Yes, for years. my belief has been, even before I started online business, I was in addition to working in corporate America, is always plan your, they said 6 most important things. I've changed that now, but do it the night before. And I love that. I do my planning for the week on a Sunday evening. And then each evening, I decide what I'm going to do the next day. So on a Sunday evening, you'll see my entire week is on my planner, on my scheduler as well. And then each evening I go back and I look at what I need to add to that or what I need to remove according to priority, so that I like to be able in the morning, not wondering what I'm going to do. I know exactly what my day is going to look like. Of course, I have learned over the years to leave room for unforeseen situations and things that come up.
Anyone else have a comment on that about preparation the night before?
I tried that a few years ago and never got around to carrying through on it. That was my own problem. So now I just start going in the morning.
Okay. All right. Anybody else?
I'd like
When
to
I
say
was a
something.
manager, sorry, just go ahead, Carol. Ladies first.
Okay, yeah, I just want to say that I do very much like Yvonne on a Saturday or Sunday plan note the week coming, the major goals and tasks that I need to do that, I can't say that, oh, I might do it or whatever. Those go on my calendar every week. And then I leave lots of room for flexible time, because sometimes when I'm in the mood to do some writing or get inspired by something, I don't want to have every hour of the day scheduled. Okay, this hour I am doing this hour I'm doing that. Some people say color code your week and you're doing this, that, and the other. I don't work well with that. I have a bit of a structure, but I have lots of flexibility in it. And I need to know the things that are the most critical to do. And then I plan around those. And I will change that sometimes even on a daily basis.
Right. Thank you, Carol. And Marcus, sorry, you were going to say?
When I was a manager, I was running to-do lists like nuts. So I started planning probably Saturday, Sunday, the whole week. And in retrospect, I realized I did that because I was driven by outside agendas. But when I realized that I'm actually the master of my own agenda as an entrepreneur, even if I do work with customers and there is set times, I actually reduced the to-do list to the absolute minimum. However, I started building a to-be list instead. And that's where my 10 hours of personal development comes into. And you see, why I can run without a huge to-do list is because I started systemizing my business more and more for quite some time now. So it kind of runs itself almost.
Good. Thank you, Marcus. Anybody else want to contribute?
Yeah. To-do list. I used to start a to-do list, on a Saturday or Sunday like everybody else. But when Monday comes around, it's out the window.
Like New Year's resolutions, right?
Right. No, anyway. No, I just don't. I just do what I really want to do. If it comes to my marketing, I'll do that. But I'm often running in a different plane sometimes.
Okay. All right.
I can't imagine that.
Peter, can I add something based on what Pat said?
By all means.
Yes, when I say I create my list, and it's not necessarily a to-do list, I don't call it that, but and as I said, I have my own modifications and I have what I teach to my clients, but basically it's the important things that need to be done, the priorities, that's what I put down, because I'll be honest with all of you, if I don't put it down, it probably won't get done because I'll forget.
Sure.
But these are the key things that need to be done on a daily basis, and as I said, I don't do that 15-minute thing. I've had to do it as part of a mastermind or training years ago, where you really just kind of see how you're spending your day. because a lot of times we think we're spending our day productively and we're really just being busy. So it's a good way to assess and identify how you're spending your day, to do that periodically. But for me, I don't necessarily put down everything that I'm going to do, but the key things I need to do. For example, I know I have my IPC group at 12 on a Monday. That's there. There are specific things that I do when I'm interviewing people on a Wednesday. That's there, those key things. And then as the week progresses, the evening before, then I will add things that, like my 3 priority things that must be done. Everything else after that is gravy. But those 3 things that must be done that day, I make sure that they're in my planner. I'm not like Markus, who can remember. Doesn't matter how much I streamline my business, Markus, I'm going to forget. So it's like, oh, it's not in my planner. I don't see it. I don't remember. I want to be like you.
Yvonne, I can truly resonate with what you do. I mean, I run a CRM, but at the same time, I also run a whiteboard. I put it on the whiteboard because otherwise, if I can't see it, sometimes I'll forget it, okay? The other thing, and John, I can relate to you as well. When I first started doing to-do lists, it was just like New Year's resolutions in one way, okay? Because I never stuck to them. But once I put them in the calendar, okay, it worked for me. But I found the biggest challenge wasn't getting them done. The biggest challenge was putting the right things in your to-do list. Markus, you referred to the to-be list, which I can appreciate where you're coming from. But the biggest challenge I had was deciding what was the priority. Okay, I spent a lot of time the previous evening, and I still do. What is my priority? Okay, and then I put 3 only on my calendar because I can't do any more. I'm not that productive, probably showing my age here. But if I can get 3 key things done every day, as well as looking after my clients, then I think I've done a pretty good day. Anyone else?
And you see what's interesting? I would say Yvonne, Peter, and we spoke of totally different things and actually mean exactly the same things. We are prioritizing, have few items on our to-do list, and that's exactly what we're doing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I do have a good memory, but it's not that I remember everything. I just decide and prioritize, like you do, Peter, on 3 to 4 things. Because I don't kid myself. If I put more, I just kid myself, and they will go to tomorrow's to-do list. So
yeah, and then your to-do list gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And then it becomes, what's the point?
and I get more frustrated.
You get frustrated, you don't do any of them, right?
Then you throw the list away.
Yeah, that's right. That's toilet paper. That's right, John. That's right. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing, everybody. I appreciate the opportunity because I think
Thank
there's
you,
some
everybody.
valuable things. Patrick,
Thanks, guys.
did you have something, Patrick?
Thank you.
No. Thank you, everybody.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
Jim.
Pat Kern, you be
And
safe out
stay
there.
safe.
I will.
Sorry, Patrick, stay safe on your journey.
Thank you. I will.
Keep in
And
touch
have
with us.
fun, my brother.
Keep in touch with us. And you're reading a great book. I've only just been introduced to that by a couple of people on this call here, and has blown me away. There it is. Pat's holding it up right now. Okay.
Yep.
Wow. It's changed a whole lot of things for me as well, Patrick, and I'm sure it's going to change them for you. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody. See you.
Take care, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye for now.
Talk
Say
to
if
you
you-
next week somewhere.